here all day, but is everybody okay?
All right. I was at that 05 until 05s can't be 05s anymore in the Air Force, and basically I was told, are you going to retire? Or are we going to retire you? So I retired. Left the Air Force in 2011, and about a week before I got out, a friend of mine called from NASA and said, what do you think about living in Palmdale? I thought, I don't know about that. Anyway, he's from NASA, and there happen to be, NASA has two ER2s, which is a U2. They won't call them U2s because it doesn't sound friendly. And they have 4 pilots. Well, they were losing one of the pilots. There's only one. They can only put U2 pilots in this job because the plane's so hard to fly. And I was the only guy available in the whole world. So my buddy called me. And what do you think about flying for NASA? And I go, well, you think I qualify? So I was telling someone earlier, it was a quick interview. I drove down to NASA, and the chief pilot was there waiting. And he goes, why do you want to fly for NASA? And I go, because look at all the cool planes you fly. And he goes, okay, when can you start? That was my interview. So I became a NASA pilot, and that's what I'm doing today. There's the ER2. There's both of them. That's all the ER2s in the world. So different name, nice paint job. It's really pretty.
R2?
Huh?
What's it called?
It's ER2.
ER2.
For Earth Resources. Isn't that sweet? I feel like hugging somebody when I do it.
It's actually a U2?
That's a U2. They made 2 of them. They made a fresh batch of U2s that are bigger than the original and more capable with new motors in the 80s. So the first one they gave to NASA out of about 40 of them, and the last one they gave to NASA. So we got 2 of those.
Hey, Stu.
Yeah.
Did they change the design after that guy, was it Gary Powers, that got shot down a long time ago?
The question was, did they change the design from the Gary Powers version of the U2? And yeah, they did. The only thing they changed was the size of the plane, basically. It's about 40% bigger. But they went back and they made the new one in the 80s, so they had computers to redo the design. But Kelly Johnson and the Lockheed team had done such a good job in the 50s making this thing with slide rules, they couldn't improve on anything when they made the bigger plane. They tried to change the airfoil and they couldn't improve on it with computers. There was some genius going on in the aviation industry pre-computer. Now we rely so much on computers, but they didn't change anything at all on the size of the plane. So we use these all over the world to fly science packages now. We put instruments in the wings, radars, lasers, cameras, other kind of weird instruments that taste the air and all kinds of stuff. And I was telling somebody earlier, I don't know exactly how everything works. I have a kind of a working knowledge, but as in the brief, when they start getting technical on me, I just say, when do I push what button do I push when? So basically, they give me a script when I fly. It says, and there's a whole array of buttons there, and it's pretty complicated what I have to do when. So I push the right buttons at the right time, come back and everyone's happy. And it's works so far.
So is that transmitting live time back to somebody, or is it recording?
More and more every month they're figuring ways to, what we have is a satellite phone connection. It's a commercial satellite phone. It'll send back small packets of information. So all they can see is the health of the instrument and little bitty glimpses of what it's looking at, but they can't get all the data. We take